system and method for game object and environment generation. It goes through how interiors can be randomly generated with the help of AI, ultimately using fewer resources from your system. AI will create a set of unique and random interiors based on given assets. To give you an example, numerous assets are meant for interiors. One group is named old, the other is named modern, and the last is named industrial. All these groups are connected to a set of buildings with the same name that go well together. So will the modern group, with the help of AI, randomize those assets to make a new and unique interior that will never feel repetitive. You can already see how this can save a ton of time from the individual developers assigned to make every single interior, especially in a city like Miami, where there are a ton of skyscrapers. In the trailer, you can already see these buildings having randomized interiors. While there could be a particular chance all of these are actually enterable, these can also just be parallax interiors, especially for the bigger buildings. The best example of parallax interiors can be seen in the Unreal Engine demo of The Matrix Awakens. It's not an actual interior, it just gives the illusion it is. The chances of GTA 6 having all buildings enterable is arguably high, or at least 70% of the buildings. Despite the map of GTA 6 reportedly being twice the size of GTA 5's map, Rockstar can blow everyone away again by achieving this vision. It would add a whole new value and story to all the areas in the game.
They should just add more realistic sports to it.
Especially for
So
role
when you
players.
go golfing,
Since the
you
acquisition
actually
of
playing a
5M,
golf
it makes
game.
extra sense for Rockstar to make more accessible buildings, since it's a
That'll set
massive
it
part
off.
of the role-playing
Then they
community.
could compete with
Another
2K, because
interesting
niggas
new
might
patent,
hoop
which
on
was filed
GTA
in
instead.
2021, was about NPCs. It talks about how NPC animations can have randomized responses based on the surrounding environments,
Just the
moods,
amount of
events,
shit you
and
could do.
so
You could
on.
have
In the
a
leaked
flag
clips, we
football
can
game or
already see
something
this
on
being
GTA.
used.
Like,
To
nigga,
give
let's
you an
meet up
example,
at the
an
park, nigga. We
NPC will
playing
react
tactics.
to a variety of things like incoming rain, or interact and bond with other NPCs. This goes much more in depth than the current NPCs we have today. Instead of designing a separate animation for each situation, they now use building blocks that can be combined in various ways, bringing each NPC truly to life and even more intelligent than an RDR2. This also aligns with a recent patent filing that goes in depth about how NPCs can define their own specific characteristics inside traffic, making the in-game traffic more like lifelike drivers on roads, and essentially making each NPC self-aware of their surroundings when they are in traffic. In an interview with Inverse, Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, was asked about the benefits of AI in the gaming industry. He responded positively, stating, "Non-playable characters are generally not very interesting. You could imagine all
they gonna be hella funnier this year. Oh well, whenever it come out.
It's safe to say these situations won't occur in GTA
Last
6.
one they had
Instead,
Tyler the
we'll see
Creator and
more of
shit.
this, and certainly more of these social media clips, which were a lot off in the trailer. Rockstar
Some of the
really
AIs
wanted to
on
give us a
GTA 5
message
is
in
Tyler the
first
Creator.
trailer. Social media will be inevitable and will play a considerable part in the game. Social media isn't particularly new in the GTA games, so do we have fictional parodies of popular platforms, which aren't that interactive if we look at the GTA 6 trailer, where we and others seemingly can record and upload videos to social media, generating likes, shares, and internet fame. It makes you wonder how social media will look in the game and how advanced it will be. If you pay close attention to the trailer, you can see NPCs having different phone models, including live displays, making you question if even NPCs will post and interact on social media.
They gonna call the police on your goofy ass. That'll be funny.
Watch Dogs 2, a game similar to the open world GTA. In Watch Dogs 2, your reputation depended on your social media fame and activity. The more followers you gained, the more power and influence you had, which served as an incentive to complete
They should add that in there too. You should be able to 3D print your own gun so you can have a gun nobody else got.
Convincing other hackers to join their mission. While GTA 6 won't be putting its focus on hacking, we can expect a similar approach as in Watch Dogs 2. It only makes sense for Rockstar to continue with the social media aspect of the game and make it more advanced than ever if they really want to continue parodying the real world. Especially when GTA 6 Online arrives, the social media system will be truly put to great use. The online of GTA 6 still remains to be seen. At least we know one thing about it, thanks to another patent from Take-Two Interactive. It goes in depth about seamless session switching in an online environment. significantly decreasing the loading times. Interestingly, it mentions a mechanism for avoiding car dupe glitches via session merging, an issue Rockstar has been dealing with since the start of GTA Online. This patent also indicates the GTA 6 map to be huge. It goes together with the rumor of it being twice the size of the GTA 5 map. This would also allow for more players by theoretically dividing the map into different sections. It would give you the illusion there are, for example, 100 players on the map, while you are in a 30-player session zone on the map. When traveling to another area, you will automatically switch to another session without any loading screens. In the end, Rockstar Games are known for pushing the boundaries
just do it like
with every
DayZ, where everybody
new
on the same
title
shit.
they create, whether it means making all buildings accessible or ultra-realistic NPC behaviors. It remains to be seen if we will see these patents put to use in GTA 6, but with high hopes, we might get there. As Rockstar once said, we understand more than ever the need to exceed
Rockstar
players'
should just
expectations,
collab
and for
with
this
DayZ
next
and they
entry to
should
be the
form
best
a
it
union.
can possibly be.
Y'all help us, we help y'all.
Welcome to Bigo, where connections come alive. Anytime, anywhere.
Y'all need
Bigo brings you
extra
the
hands,
thrill of real-time
then
connections
DayZ gotta
and
help
interactive
them do
engagement.
whatever
With
they do.
Bigo, you can
And then
discover a
Rockstar
world
gotta
of
share their
diverse
technology
content
with
that caters
DayZ.
to your
So
unique
when they do
interests
their shit,
right
it
at
could
your
be
fingertips.
straight up triple, well now it's quadruple A. Rockstar does shit like that too. They did that with a couple games. I think they do it with Naughty Dog.
Jalen Brunson has a knee injury scare here early on in the game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I think what we noticed when he's trying to walk on the floor here actually tells us a lot of information about what this injury
Shit's
could be. We'll
fucked
talk
up.
about it in this video. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and my goal in this channel is to help teach you about the medical side of the sports world. All right, Knicks fans, we're recording this video. Still the first half. We haven't gotten any official word yet on Jalen Brunson, but everybody's asking
They
me
ain't
my
gave us
opinion
word
here. So
yet.
let's
It's probably
take a look
bad.
at this injury sequence and see if we can kind of piece together what happened. First of all, I know everybody's calling this non-contact, but I do think there was actually contact from the Cavaliers player onto the outside of Brunson's knee. But what I want to start off with is if we back up the sequence of him walking off the court,
I
pay
think I
attention
had
to
that
what
exact
happens
same injury
with his
before.
left ankle. You see how he kind of trips and
Yeah,
stumbles?
he trips over his
Kind
own
of
foot.
right there, over his
Well,
ankle. What he's doing here, it almost looks to me like somebody who's got a temporary foot drop, right? If any of you watch mixed martial arts, when somebody has those low calf kicks that injure that perineal nerve or stun that perineal nerve that picks your ankle up, the way he's walking right there, he trips over his foot because of an inability to dorsiflex or pick up his ankle. So
that's what happened when I slammed my door. I mean, my knee
confirms kind of my
kneecap in
number
the
one
door.
suspicion about just a contact blow to the outside of the knee, because that's where that nerve sits and could certainly have been stunned, almost like hitting your funny bone as you're walking off the court. We can see here just this kind of foot slap gait as he walks off. He's kind of just slapping his foot down. That's almost like a steppage gait, a foot slap gait, very characteristic of when someone's had an injury to that perineal nerve. If we back up the whole sequence now to the actual injury, watch here, of course, we're paying attention to Brunson's left knee. And as the Cavaliers player comes through, I do think there is some degree of contact, because we see Brunson's knee pointing off in this direction, and then right as the right knee of the defender comes through here, we see that knee go inward. I don't think Brunson's natural momentum is going to carry that knee inward, and so it does look to me like there was contact knocking against Brunson's knee. Even the way that the Cavaliers player knee kind of swings through and leg swings through here, I think there was some contact there to the outside of Brunson's
directly
knee.
on that
If we look at it from a
kneecap.
different angle here, a little bit harder to tell, but again,
it's one of those quick hits.
Knee is coming right at the level of where we would suspect that perineal nerve to be sitting. And also from this angle, I don't see the concern.
You know, like if you bump knees with a nigga, but you don't hurt at all, but he be hella hurt. It's like that.
Occurs. Part of why I don't think an ACL in this case, number one, we don't see any of that shift in the tibia. We don't see that tibia shift forward, pop forward like we'll see.
That foot drop is worrying though.
Number two, his knee is in a lot of flexion. So an ACL tear typically occurs in this position when there's
he wouldn't have been able to stand on it.
This angle. So this degree of flexion would be very unusual for an ACL tear to occur. Also, as he jumps up, we don't see any sort of recoil in the patella, suggesting something like a patellar tendon rupture. Now, You could have a patellar tendon or a quad tendon strain, so like a partial tear, but I don't see anything that jumps out to me as overly concerning right here in this view. Looking here at our biodigital anatomy tool, if we zoom in on the outside portion of a left knee, this nerve, this yellow structure coming down right through here, is that perineal nerve. In the case of somebody like a mixed martial artist who's getting these muscles kicked, you can have just bruising of the muscle leading to that ankle weakness. But if you think of this analogous to when you hit your funny bone and you kind of have that limp feeling, that numb tingling in your hand, if you take a knee right to this spot on the outside of the knee, like we saw with Brunson, you can temporarily stun that perineal or fibular nerve, leading to temporary nerve dysfunction where you would not be able to activate that nerve and pick up the ankle muscles, leading to this type of foot drop. So again, imagine a blow coming to the outside of the knee, striking this nerve. I think that's what we're seeing here with Brunson. So as he comes here across the lane, the outside of his knee is where that perineal nerve is sitting. The Cavaliers player comes through, hits him on the outside of the knee, glancing through that perineal nerve, potentially causing some trauma to that proximal tibiofibular joint like we saw happen with Steph Curry. So that would be another thing on the differential. But I don't, again, see any concerning shift, rupture, pop, things like that. And then if, again, we watch Brunson trying to walk off the court here, you'll see how he has that foot drop. He almost rolls his ankle right there because he doesn't have that ability to maintain that support because of what I think is a temporary irritation of that perineal nerve.
He'll be all right. I slammed my shit in the door hinge, so there's a lot more pressure. Teacher was trying to kick my ass out the classroom. I tried to stick my foot in the door playing with her, being goofy, and my shit got caught in the hinge part. Mano and Young Thug. And Mano said, I gotta drop this. I need my money back. They're both hella fat with their shirts off.
I'm with a dope body for, I'ma go get me some money. I got no clouds in my stones, you should've went the Eliante. I went in quiet in the morning, then I got in it with the storming. Bunny and Clyde with my hole, and it's loyal to something. Put the rest on my wrist, I'm on. I put a few carrots inside of a bitch, and that's more. Yeah, my shit came in red, my nigga man, no shit is black. Yeah, I put up a take right on the head of a rat. Hungry full of these millions, I done ran a few racks up. Had to take me to Italy, cause this money is dangerous. All my niggas relentless, yeah. Niggas money don't missing, yeah. Man, I hope you your misses. All my niggas just kissing. If you ever come around me, you might end up with bitches. Told the kids I never cooked that key, but they can't get the dishes. You told that bitch about the Dropbox. Nigga, you gotta be kidding. I put my nut on a thought, and her friends is. I thought these niggas was killers. They was just selling us lies. How could he turn out a rat? Niggas was never this live. Told y'all that my record real. Getting money for the record deal. First nigga in my whole city with a rose gold rich and Neal. How can you see what my day's like? If you can feel what my pain like. Diamonds is gleaming like daylight. You can just tell what I made like.
They gave that nigga a L. Damn. It's this black nigga on TikTok that had a coat.
O'Shea Duke Jackson for religion. So guys like this typically build the politest done. Our name is Eligio Bishop. The problem was he never changed. So he came back
He
to the
fucked
States.
up when he had a white bitch join his cult.
One of the ladies was trying to leave the cult. He didn't want to let her leave. He forced himself on the lady. Then, after he did that, he posted the video online. And, he forgot he was in the States now, which was dumb and stupid and vile. And before we get to the
yeah, they was called Carbon Nation.
Verdict, I want you to hear two
When you heard all those
examples of
black people
former
talking about
members. These are
666
black
is
women,
because
right? The
Carbon
first
and
lady
Bobby Boop Bop.
actually
It
was with
was all
another
from this
guy.
nigga
Okay, she
teaching them
left
that
this
dumbass
guy
shit.
for Nature Boy and had his baby. Let's listen
And
to
he
that.
was really
I feel
just
that now
farming
looking back, I
bitches
feel
to
that
have
I
them
fell
move
in love
in
with
on
an
his land
idea
and outside the
because he
country
pretended to be
and
someone that he
fucking them.
wasn't. Behind this smiling face, Velvet Marquez faced her hardest years next to Eligio Bishop. He literally held me hostage. He took all of my identification, my passport, my birth certificate, my social, my bank cards, everything, you name it.
That nigga
Medical
was popping on
documentations. She
TikTok
says
and
Bishop,
shit
the
for
leader
hella
of the
long.
so-called cult.
You have to be ready. Let's fight like demons.
He was getting so much money that he was just having houses in Colombia and
Went from
Peru
spoiling her
and
to
America
abusing
and
her
shit.
when she
Like
got
he
pregnant. I was forced to engage
was
in
popping
sexual
for a minute.
activity that I did not want to do. I was still strangled on multiple occasions. So I had to willingly engage in these sexual activities because of to keep myself safe. He would abuse me
All
in front
these
of the
niggas
women.
getting
She
caught.
had their
Diddy,
daughter in
this nigga,
2019, and
everybody.
a year and a half later, she says he forced her to legally marry him in a Las Vegas chapel. There was no medical attention given to us, so when I actually went into labor, I had to be rushed to the hospital 2
That's how
hours
the
away.
pimps
For
do it. They
years, the
take a
cult
bitch
would
to
drive and
Vegas,
settle
force
across
her to
Central
marry him.
America. Velvet says Bishop lived off of other members' PPP
I ain't
loans
never
and life
thought about
savings.
that.
She gave him her $3,000 college fund, while others gave tens of thousands of dollars. And after 4 tries, she successfully ran away with their daughter with no money but hope. My child is important. I don't understand how anybody could leave their child to be with him or to go live with him.
It looked like
Now,
Eve
Velvet tells
back
me
in the
she has
day.
since received death threats from Eligio and that he even showed up to her family's home in Louisiana just months after she ran away.
Then
That
you
nigga
have
was
this
trying to
other
hunt her
sister
down,
who
weird ass
did the
nigga.
same thing. She left, and that was it.
What would you call it? A group? A cult? Would you call it a cult?
I call it a cult now, yes.
Now,
Yes, I do.
A Facebook post convinced Erica Carroll to move from New York to Honduras in 2006
to
embark
Honduras,
on
nigga.
a
What the
life-changing
fuck?
experience. One where she was told she'd be able to build a new community, eat vegan food, and be in touch with
I don't give a
nature.
fuck
It was
if
just a
J-Lo
place in
hit
my
me
life
and
where I was
said,
just
come to
searching for some
Honduras. And you're
spiritual
like,
truth.
bitch,
The group back then was known as Melanation.
why Honduras?
Carol says it was led by Eligio Bishop, who went by Nature Boy. She says all 9 of them were forced to sleep in tents, use restrooms outside, and attend long meetings to, quote,
Yeah,
face
he didn't
your
let them take
demons.
baths
It
because
was
he
a lot
said
of
the
verbal
human
and
body
mental abuse.
starts to
But
smell
after
better with
1
the
year,
natural
what got her to
pheromones. So
leave
none of
was
the
when
bitches
she
was able to
says she
take
witnessed
baths.
Bishop hit his girlfriend at the time.
He slapped her up and punched her a couple of times, and then he told her to go in the tent and give him oral sex. So that was the breaking point for me.
But walking away, she realized, was easier than going back home.
I had to check myself into a couple of hospitals and get my mind right. I was seeing spirits. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Like I was going through a lot, and
The
it was all
demons
connected
on
to
her.
him though.
Carol says since leaving in 2007, the cult, now known as Carbon Nation, turned more abusive and sexual. She says for some, it wasn't as easy to leave.
He has the women fighting each other. He's put his hand on the men. He always said that he wanted
He
like
got
a lot of
men now.
wives. Like he want 10 wives.
He's had a
Just like
history of
Diddy.
charges before his arrest this week. Carol remembers being in Costa Rica when she says he was accused of kidnapping a Canadian woman who was staying with them.
Yep.
So
Told you
now
he
let's
fucked up
get
when he
to
brought that white
the
lady there.
actual guilty verdict. Okay.
On count 1, how does the jury find? Count 1, guilty.
A guilty verdict on all charges against an alleged cult leader accused of follower who tried to escape. Good evening, I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Jurors in DeKalb County came back with 5 guilty verdicts against alleged sex cult leader Eligio Bishop. But he wasn't even in the courtroom to hear the verdict.
Fox 5's Tyler Finger has been following this trial since the beginning. He joins us now with a closer look at that verdict and the sentence Bishop will face. Tyler?
Super sicko, bro.
Yeah, Russ, good evening to you. Alleged cult leader Eligio Bishop is now a convicted. And just moments ago, the judge sentenced him to life without the possibility of parole.
Now, I want you to
He
hear
getting his
the
cheeks
statement
toe
that
up.
he's about to give to the judge after giving his sentence, and then we're gonna come back.
Mr. Bishop, do you want to be heard? Come on up to the, if you do, come on up to the
Nah,
podium.
fuck that nigga, man. Don't even let him speak. Throw that nigga under the
We'll
jail.
swear you in. You swear to justice system found guilty to
He
children.
looked like Jimmy Butler.
At all times.
They said he was an
What is it
ex-porn
you might
star.
need to consider?
I just want to say something. Talk a little. I just want to say.
Just direct it to me, please, not to.
I'll direct it to you. I'll direct it to you.
Okay.
Are you happy? Are you happy?
I'm not answering any questions of yours, Mr.
I forgive you. I forgive you, and I still love you. I forgive you, and I still love you. I got nothing in my heart. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you. I forgive you. I want you to know I still love you and forgive you. And kiss my baby girl to let her know I love her. And I love y'all. I don't have no, I promise you, you know how I am. In my heart, you know how I am. I still love you. I still love you. I still love you.
All right.
I
got that.
no hate.
Okay.
No hate.
Is there anything else?
My heart, light as a feather. I promise you, I love you and I'm still here. I ain't miss one lick. I see what y'all doing, and I want you to know, I forgive you. And I see y'all in the end.
I just want to say this, okay? First of all, this brother has a big-time mental problem. The guy is crazy. I don't see how any of these sisters felt like they would be safe with a guy like this. He's using
They
their
going to
money
hell too. They was
to live
participating
off the
in
thing.
whatever they was
And
doing there.
The first sister, I don't see why she would have to go
They
somewhere
better
and be with
turn
a
around.
person like that. He had a lot of attractive ladies that was there. And the whole time, I'm like,
Y'all spent
what are
half
they
y'all
doing out
life
here in Costa
worshiping an ex-porn
Rica,
star.
in Central America, you know, living off the grid? You know, like, how is this guy supporting himself? They would be on Bigo. You know,
They was
I
giving
was,
that
you know,
nigga
I heard they
everything.
were on streaming apps getting money. And the guy used to have Instagram popping and all that stuff.
Bro,
And
he
I
was
just say, how
getting
can
big
somebody
bread, bro,
be
to be able to
silly
move
enough to
around
actually
country to
believe
country and own
what the
land
guy's
in the
talking
houses.
about when the guy's an idiot? And it just bamboozles me, man. Like, how can you even get there? You know? And
He ain't no idiot.
again, this dude,
Evil.
I just don't know.
Straight manipulator to the core, man.
This is our home, but with the crime, homelessness, smash and grabs.
This is a crazy conversation.
Those reindeer nose? No.
Anybody, would you take it?
No, sir. You might get one pass, but at the end of the day, you want one wife. And this is the life I want. So no. Okay.
Now what about you if he gave you one?
He said that drunk
If you
too.
give me a guilt treat pass, I would take it.
That's crazy. That's great.
I would have let her go and walked away.
2 years. Going down the drain. Right there. Just like that. Just like that. You see how quickly our whole realities can be switched and just thrown around as men? Just like that. He thought all that damn sin righteous stuff was going to work. He thought she was going to agree with him and follow his lead when it came to all that righteous sin stuff, huh? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You only get one wife in this world. Nope. Not in today's world, brother. Not in today's world. But listen to me, man. We're all men. We all have to go through this at some point. Like I said, it is a canon event that must take place. It has to. The pain. It's got to stain. Okay? You got to let it stain. You got to let it burn. Damn. I know he's fuming inside. He said, that's crazy.
He gonna cry
That's
later.
crazy.
Watch.
Yeah, you know that's crazy. And she started laughing too.
And he said that drunk. He looked drunker than her, and he still said that shit. And then she was like,
If he gave you one.
If you give me a guilt treat pass, I would take it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's crazy.
Who would you take it with?
Lindy Waters III?
Who the hell is that? Okay? Who the hell is that? Some damn bench player that plays for the Thunder, man? That's how you know she's
She
spotting
probably
and
went to
looking
high school with that
and doing some
nigga. Oh,
deep
he's a basketball
research on
player
who she
now.
wants to get knocked down by. Either that or the dude is already talking to her. I
Yep.
guarantee you that dude already knows
She
her.
named
He's
the
already
nigga
talking to her.
fast as fuck
I
that
guarantee
nobody
you she
knows.
already has him on the side. She's talking to him because no one knows that Negro.
A
Is he even
nigga
smart?
on the
I don't think so.
Thunder.
So I guarantee you she's either already DMing that dude or she's already got his number. She's already in contact with that dude. Or she probably already got knocked down by that dude. That's probably why she had no problem sitting there saying that if she got a pass, she would take it. Because that probably made her feel less guilty about already getting knocked down. Whether or not it already did happen does not matter. Because it is already the beginning of the end. It's going to happen at some point, sir. Okay? And you know it too. Okay? That's why you said that's crazy. That's exactly what that's crazy, man. You're not stupid, brother. I mean, you are stupid in this video. You are stupid. You're in a stupid stage of your life. That's all. Okay? It happens to the best of us. But like I said, it is a canon event that must take place.
Don't even know who that is. That's our problem. Yup. Who else?
Barry Sanders. I'm in love with him.
She named two people of color too, and she would have liked it.
Because I know he knows who Barry Sanders is. I don't even watch football, and I've heard of the name Barry Sanders. But you know, football is the great American white sport, okay? It's the whites, they love that sport. So I know he knows that dude. I know he knows that, and that one hurt a lot more than the last dude, okay? He was able to just kind of like mentally just jump over that damn hurdle with the last dude, because no one knows that Negro, okay? No one knows that guy. But Barry Sanders, oh my God. She named two black dudes too. That's what's even, as a white boy, that's probably gonna hurt even more. She named two black dudes, and you seen her 2 years. Looking goofy, looking like a goofball, okay? That same attitude is probably exactly why she's cheating on your ass. I'm not sitting there justifying it. I'm not saying she should be cheating. That is the same exact reason why she's taking advantage of your soft ass.
Now, what do you think those men have over your men?
They're professional athletes.
That's crazy. Hey, black or white?
One is Native American and one's white.
Do you think that any other...
She knows. She just knows everything about these guys, huh? She knows everything. If you would have told me the first dude was black, I would have believed it. Okay? If he was a light-skinned black dude, I would have believed it. She knows now he's Native American. Okay? One is Native American and one is black. 2 years. They thought they was the Brady Bunch. If this isn't a damn wake-up call for your ass, I don't know what. I don't know what. He said, that's crazy. You have to drop nothing else you can do.
So thank you too, sir.
Especially since she had the balls to sit there and embarrass you on camera.
Oh.
That is insane. At least just try to be righteous on camera. And then if you was to ask her something and then it wasn't off camera, then you would just sit there and say, oh, that's right. But you chose to do that with a smile on your face.
All good.
He gave you a lie. 2 years, man. You only get one wife. And this is mine. He gave you that lie to sit there and dump you to be a righteous woman. But you still chose
Old
to be
ass
a
dog
mocker
still be
with a
barking
smile on your
hella
face
excited.
and then shrugged and said, sorry. And then also named off all of the accolades of the men that you are choosing over him and named their specific race. She's already talking to one of these guys, 100%. And I'm pretty sure it's the unknown guy on the damn phone. 100%. Because how do you know that? When simping goes wrong, man. Okay? If any of you simps still think this is a good idea to simp, if you still think that being the nice guy is the right way to go, and this video doesn't show you that it's not, you're just doomed for life. You are destined to be a loser if this doesn't wake you up.
Those guys would go for you?
Junior would.
That's crazy.
She already talking to him.
Oh my God, hold up. Which one is Junior? Is it the light-skinned dude? Hold up.
Lindy Waters the third?
Yeah, that's Junior.
Who is Junior? Is it Lindy Waters or is it Barry Sanders? I don't know who's Junior. Either way,
The
whatever
third.
dude she just chose, they're her saying this right now.
That's crazy. For you?
Junior would.
That means she already got knocked down. She already got chose. She already chose up, bro. She already got chose. Okay? She got chose, and she chose up over you, my white friend. I feel bad for that one, man. I really do. Like, this is actually, all jokes aside, this is really actually so sad. It's actually so sad. You can see in his face as she's sitting there naming off all the things about these guys, how he's just sitting there trying to fight to keep a smile on his face and be positive.
Now, what do you think those men have over your men?
They're professional athletes.
That's crazy.
It's a damn shame, bro. It's a damn shame. I really feel bad for the homie, bro. I really, really do. These girls are just ruthless. She's crazy, bro. She is absolutely diabolically disrespectful.
That's crazy. Hey.
Discover more joy this Easter with App Play-Doh from Kinder Joy. Scan your kid's spring toy to unlock an interactive...
At the end of the day, it's whatever.
What? She laughing too, bro. She laughing. This is what happens, fellas. If you sit there and try and brush it off and make it not a big deal, it's not a big deal to them either. And guess what's gonna happen after that? She gonna keep taking advantage of your soft ass. And it ain't gonna be nobody's fault but yours. But yours. Wake up. Wake up. Set boundaries for yourself. Get some respect for yourself. Figure out who you are. Figure out exactly who you are. I don't care if you have to do some meditation, some deep meditation. I don't care if you gotta do shrooms. I don't care if you gotta go to therapy. Figure out who you are through one of those gateways. And then once you figure out who you are, then now you set boundaries for that.
For most of you, he probably doesn't need any introduction. And so we were just having a conversation, and I just feel this is just a moment in the Holy Spirit. It's not an accident that you're clicking and you're watching this video. This is a divine appointment. The words that are about to come out of his mouth is going to bless you. It's going to encourage you. Some of you are going to feel convicted. You're going to feel encouraged. You're going to feel challenged. But most of all, we just want you to know that God is real. Jesus is the best thing that can ever happen to you. So welcome. We got John Gabbana, a.k.a. Holy Gabbana, formerly known as Boom Gang, right? Formerly known. Got a new name. So you've been transformed, obviously, through Christ, from Saul to Paul, Jacob to Israel. We was talking about this a little bit earlier. So when I heard that you was coming, I knew of you, and I said, man, let me go do a little bit of research. Obviously, I seen the Popeyes video and the church video, and for many years, I'm like, man, that guy is bold. And I say, if we got people could be this bold for that, and we say we know God, why can't we be that bold about the truth? We have a truth that could be the difference between someone going to heaven and hell. So I'm going to just let you talk freely, but the thing that really touched me is when I saw you explain why you were bold, that really touched my heart, because people will judge you. They'll come in a certain part of your story, and they don't know why you do what you do. And they just, oh, he messed up, he jacked up. I got a big heart for like the people in the hood. People will write them off, judge them, but if you had to grow up in their circumstances, you will understand their mentality. So when I heard you talking about where you came from and where that desperation came from, there's something inside of you, you just knew there was something more for you, and you saw like a means to an end, right? Whether it was for finances, to get your voice out there. I just want you to kind of share that a little bit, because it reminds me of the story of Jacob. Jacob knew, like, that's my birthright. Like, God got something more for me, and he put on a costume, right, to fool his father to get the birthright. And so I saw you talking about how you put on this persona, you know what I'm saying, for a means to an end, but now look where it's brought you. So just take that wherever you want to take that.
Yeah, so, like the introduction, we say a lot of people know me from Boom Gang, formerly known as Boom Gang.
Just 5 to shoot.
Get in the groups, the trenches, wherever I need to be at who know me by that name to spread the gospel. And it just, before I actually blew up his boom gang, I lived a difficult life. Without a father, having to dumpster dive. And I'm the only child out of my two parents, but I have other siblings, have brothers and sisters. And I grew up in a home with 6 of us, but I have my stepdad and I have my half brothers and sisters. So I felt like the oddball in the family, even though it's my own family. And it's just, not having much. My mom, she stopped birthdays, holidays, and everything like that. So by the time I was 18, I'm like, man, not being financially stable, having to grab food out the dumpster, having to steal water from the neighbors, having to wear hand-me-downs, my stepdad hand-me-downs, be laughed at in school, not having the new J's or not having a cell phone, not being able to go out with friends, not bring friends over, not being able to grow my hair past a certain length. I'm like, at 18, I'm like, bro, I want to rap. And not just to be cool, but to tell my story. And at 20, I started blowing up, getting a name for myself, but it wasn't for music. It's because by then I've gotten the idea that, okay, if I want to be able to tell my story, I need a platform. And it's going to be difficult for me to build a platform from Jacksonville, Florida, because a lot of people crabs. And it's like, what I mean by crabs is people don't want to see, it's sad to say, but we don't want to, like, black people in Jacksonville, we don't want to see each other win. So when we see somebody doing something good or beneficial for the community and positive and everything, or just trying to just build a name for themselves, we don't really want to support that. So it's actually a blessing for me that I didn't blow up within my city. I blew up outside of my city, and then after I blew up, I moved back home. But
kind of like Jesus, not to cut you off, they ain't even receive him in his own city. Yeah.
Now I'm lit.
Prophet's never receiving his own home, the Bible says.
So to go back when I said I knew I needed a platform, but I did get it, just not off the music. When I moved away from home, I realized that, like, being a fool gained more attention than showing somebody, at least it'll take longer. Being a fool quickly gains you attention than being positive and being wise. Like, that's just, unfortunately, that's the world we live in. People love foolishness. So, hey, I got on the train, I got on the wave, and I was a fool. And, but it's so crazy, bro, because it's like, I was boom gang for a whole year. 2017, right after I blew up, I was 21 years old, and I blew up. But I knew that that's not who I was. That's not who I wanted to be. And like you said, from a means to an end, I always had a vision for myself. That I knew that I was supposed to be somebody. That I knew I was supposed to make change in this world. And I just didn't have, I had a vision, but I didn't have it to the full extent. And, when I blew up, I was only that for a year. Just for a year. 7 years later, that name is still known around the whole world, and people still know my face. People still know me. And it's still, the boom gang is still active as if I'm still on the same type of time. But it's only by the glory of God that it is, because now I carry something that will change the world, the communities, our youth, and give God glory. God says His will that all people repent from their sins and turn to Him.
For sure.
It's His will.
Yeah. All that should be gone.
Better?
Your ass
Can somebody in our youth, our people in this generation that we live in, can receive the gospel than somebody like me, who was really out there in the street, who really came from the industry that our young people long to be a part of? It's not. But when they see somebody like me who went that route, did everything like to be a part of that industry, and now switched 180, and out in here spreading the gospel, they'll be able to receive it.
I think that's the genius of God. That's why I think, at some point you'll look back and say, man, God's hand was on my life the whole time, because you said there was something in you that you just knew. And so that's why I brought up Jacob. Like, he knew, like, hey, there's something for me, and by any means, I'm going to get it. And so a lot of times when we don't have that guidance, we don't have the pastors, the father figures, or the people that point us in the right direction, we left to our own devices. So I think the genius of God, though, is, if they see somebody in the church, holy roller, living right, they like, you don't understand my life. You ain't from where I'm from. But to see you, you know what I'm saying, and be so transparent about where you came from, dumpster diving. I heard you talking about some stuff, with your mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're comfortable talking about that, but you said, that she would make these little, jokes and things, and you was kind of thinking some things in your mind, and I was just like, man, and you said that she kicked you out, the videos, she was like, that ain't gonna really be nothing, but you knew, like, it is gonna be something, and the thing that you said, bro, that really was like, wow, you said that'll create a demon, right? Like, man, see, like, I made it, you know what I'm saying? I did make it, and, you can have a lot of resentment and bitterness. So what was that like? You said something about when you was homeless, dumpster diving, you would see your mom, you know what I'm saying, driving past.
So this what happened. At 17 years old, my mom kicked me out.
On Earth, 7 seas, 7 continents, 196 countries, and 7 billion people. And somehow,
she was like, since you want to run the streets, you want to chase out the woman, you can stay here in Jacksonville. This was after my stepfather died, like a few years after my stepdad died. She left me in Jacksonville and she moved to Miami. At 20 years old, she seen I was struggling living on my own. Streets, family and friends, different, I got Vagabond tatted right here. Vagabond is never having a steady place of home. I was just always jumping around. She seen me struggling, so she was like, you can move in with me. So I went to Miami, and I started living with her. I started working at the Miami International Airport with her new husband, because her new husband is a contractor for the Miami International Airport. So I was working at the airport, and I got a second job at McDonald's. I've never kept a job longer than 4 months. My first job was at Popeyes. I worked there for 4 months. After that, man, the longest I ever kept a job was...
That was before you did
Yeah,
okay.
That was before I did it.
I wouldn't think they would let you go back after that, okay.
So my longest after that was probably like 2-3 months. I've never kept a job longer than 4 months, which was my first job. And that's because I've never bro, it's just like something a part of me, like having to being told what to do. Now I understand there's systems. We live in a systematic world. There's structure and everything like that. But 9 to 5 was flipping burgers. Man, I always just knew I was more than that. Like, and so I'm like, bro, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use the internet. I'm gonna build a platform, and I'm gonna get on. So I literally followed 10,000 people on Instagram. I didn't have a following. I made this Instagram account just for this, to follow 10,000 people. I followed, so I follow Marcus Rogers. He followed me back, bet, gotta follow him. And I do the same thing. When I gained 10,000 followers, I said, bet, now I got a platform. And I started uploading content. It started growing. Then I'm like, okay, I need to switch it up. I'm gonna start going to public places and start being a fool. So my first video, it went viral. Now I'm like, oh, I'm on to something, baby. So I started doing it again. I said, I'm getting a lot of views. I'm getting a lot of attention. People starting to know who I am. This gonna make me some money. It wasn't making me money then, but I'm like, this gonna make me some money. And if you understand where I come from, like I said, I ain't have much. There was times when my mom, you know, income tax coming good, she get me stuff, we lit. But it's times where, bro, we gotta use the bathroom in a bag. We gotta go get food out the dumpster. We gotta go steal water from the neighbor. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got one hand-me-down and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, I don't never want to live like that again. I start getting clout going up. My mom found out because I ended up getting in trouble. So she kicked me out the house. And she like, you can't live here no more. I don't want nothing to do with that. She would see people, I'd be walking the street, she'd see people taking pictures with me. She'd tell me that's a phase. It's a phase. It ain't gonna last. You ain't gonna make it. You will never make it.
You gotta make you doubt yourself.
Not at all. I never doubted myself because anybody else didn't believe in me. It's my vision. You can't see this. Now, there's some people who are gifted and able to and do believe in your vision. There's some people, but unfortunately, my mama didn't believe in mine. And the funny part is, years after, probably like 2 years after I did make it, she flew to Cali to see me, and she was like, one thing I can say, you said it, and you made it happen. She always told me I was gonna be like my daddy. Different baby mamas. My daddy, he relies on his baby mamas to take care of him. She said that's gonna be me. And I thought I was gonna be an athlete, a professional athlete, but it didn't work out for me. After my stepdad died, I was just, cause I used to be in private school. They kept me in private. I was in and out, but I went to a couple private schools. But after he died, I was done with sports, went to straight public schools, and just running the streets. So when she kicked me out, I was really homeless. For real, for real. It wasn't no family and friends. Like, bro, I just moved from my home city to come out here to Miami to live with you, my mom.
And a stat to focus on is this steal.
I was on the street. And she called her husband and said that I can't work with her no more.
They're on a 15-6 run.
So I was sleeping in abandoned buildings. I was sleeping in the studio, in the stairwell. I was breaking in buildings, sleeping in bathrooms. I was washing my behind in Burger King bathrooms. Like, this is how I was really living. But I kept making them videos because I know if I keep getting views, if I keep getting attention, one day it's gonna change my life. That was just, I knew. Now, I didn't know how. I didn't know when. I just believed that one day my life is gonna change. And the evidence I could see is, bro, I'm getting 100,000 views. That's a lot of views to nobody. That's a lot of views. Then I started getting a million, and then eventually somebody called me and he was like, man, I see what you're doing. I really appreciate what you're doing. Like, I respect that. And flew me out to Cali. But my story is kind of long. Because somebody ended up picking me up off the streets. His name is Jimmy D.
They doing me dirty.
Yeah, he bailed me out. But what happened
Just made me
was I was getting a
over
tattoo.
Giannis's
Before my mama
head.
kicked me out, I was
Turn
getting a
over.
tattoo. And we was in the same shop. And he asked me to play a role in his music video.
I just gotta throw regular
After I
live.
did that, I'm like, hey, bro, look, you know, I'm like, I do videos on the internet. I see this man with, back then, I idolized the things of the world. So I see him with guns, a rapper, cars outside, women. I'm like, bro, look, I do videos on the internet. Anytime you ever need me again, just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? So he like bet. He grabbed my contact. Then I don't know how he knew I was in jail when I ended up getting arrested, but he bonded me out. And then he's like, I'm like, bro, how can I ever repay you? Like, bro, just go to court. And then the crazy thing is, I kid you not, my own mama said I probably sucked this man up for him to bomb me out. I'm probably sleeping with this man. Bro, my mama foul, bro.
Let me ask you something real quick with your mind. The Bible says out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Have you, reconciled since you become a believer? Is the relationship better? Or?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when you was like all that stuff will create a demon and all that. You see, now that I'm more mature in my faith, I forgave her, and that took me a long time to forgive her. It took me nights of saying, I forgive her, crying, telling God, I don't want to hold no bitterness, no anger, no resentment towards my mom. I forgive her. Honor your mother and your father, and your days should be longer. I forgive her. It took a minute, because, like, man, I never had that, what's up, mom, relationship with my mother. I had that, my mom would punch me in my face and tell me to shut up, that I can't emote. So when you look at my videos and you like, man, this man irrational. This man, I wasn't allowed to emote as a child. So as I get older, I didn't know how to emote. I didn't know how to maturely express my feelings because I wasn't allowed to when I was a child. So it's like people, they would see me and they would judge me, but they had no idea about exactly what I came from or what I went through. So it's like I was groomed a certain way as a child. I don't know how to be a mature adult, but it's only by the grace of God and me seeking Him to free me from that. So, but honestly, to answer your question, man, when I saw my mama, I already jumped on her. And I was just like, we always clash. But now, and when you was like, she was making jokes, man, nah, my mama ain't never joke about, man, she used to tell us.
Oh, so it wasn't a joke?
No, she used to tell us that she'd kill us.
Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father.
While we sleep, she always used to watch this show with these mothers. They talk about Snap. This show, it's an old show. It used to be called Snap. And these mothers, they snap and they kill their whole family. And she used to say, man, y'all don't know what I be thinking. When y'all just sleep, I just blow y'all brains out, this and that. Like, we'll be on the highway. She'll be swerving. Oh, I killed all of us off this. Like, as a child, bro, that's terrifying.
Of course. It's traumatic.
Yes, very. And that's what I had to deal with as a kid. So, now, this is what I do. I use my influence to go to juvenile detention centers, talk to young adults. I go to schools. I go to prisons.
Because the people you would go see, a lot of people would just write them off and judge them based off whatever crime they saw.
Yeah.
And they see the fruit,
Yeah,
but they
you
don't
say
see
one of the best burgers I
lives,
done had
maybe
so
they're
far,
doing
Steve, that I
abuse,
just
trauma,
had, bro.
rape.
Nigga, that super duper burger, bro, is one of the best burgers I done had around here. If not the best
You
burger
know,
I done
I've
had
been in the
around
foster
here.
care. I've been in
That's
and out
alright.
like 2 years. So it's like, bro, I experienced a lot and I relate to people on so many levels. And you know,
I'm about to order another one.
I was going somewhere with that, but I was trying to answer your question.
About if
Yeah.
you forgive her, do you have a relationship with her?
Double down on that one.
Reconciled and things like that?
But yeah, so to answer your question, now when I go around and I share my testimony, I share the truth. And I be transparent.
I had multiple
And
ones
I
in
tell my
Maryville,
story not to
Frisco,
knock my mother,
Oakland.
but the shit, I mean, it's what I've experienced. So I'm sorry if, you know, I have a platform, I'm on the platform, people know you my mom, I'm your son, and it might make you look a certain way, but hey, I forgive you for everything you've done, but this is not for you. This is for everybody who's experiencing what I've been through. Whether whatever you've done to me out of hurt, pain, ignorance, whatever, I forgive you, it's okay. But let other people hear this, because there's parents who are broken. who are treating their kids the same way you've treated me, off ignorance or just not knowing any better, or just off what their parents did to them, whatever it may be.
Do you feel there's some of that with your mom? Because you can't give what you never got.
Yeah, because my grandmother was hard on her. So, you know, I believe that. But, you know, I'm an adult now. She can't do the same thing she did to me when I was a kid.
Has she apologized?
She has. Yeah. And then, but, you know, she tried to water down a lot of stuff she did. But I don't let that slide. You know, I just be like, it's all good. You feel me? Like, let's be real about it. You know, the truth should make us free.
It made you who you are.
Yeah, and I tell her that. But, you know, when I share my testimony, she get in her feelings. She don't want certain stuff to be said. She try to combat me as if I'm lying. I have no reason to lie. Because let me tell you this, Marcus. Me lying or me painting a false image does not gain me anything. It gains me nothing. It gets me nowhere. I've been telling the same story since I got a platform. My story has been consistent this whole time. Either I'm a great liar, like I'm good, or it's the truth.
You'll trip up if you was lying. I watched a couple of your interviews, and what I would say from your earlier interviews, it just seems that as you've grown in Christ, you just have even more clarity.
Yeah.
You know, the story never changed, but the clarity and the revelation of why you went through what you went through. And we could dive into that a little bit because maybe they don't know, like, how did you encounter God? I know that you had the prison in jail, I think.
Yeah. So, my whole, man, it's just like, when I share my testimony, bro, like this.
I mean, why would a nigga so
Saul,
young
he was
cover his
killing
entire
Christians in the
face
name
with
of
tattoos
Jesus.
like
He
that?
thought he was doing the right thing, bro. Saul, why are you
Something
persecuting
happened
me?
to that man.
Who is this? Jesus. I'm persecuting you. You persecuting my people. You persecuting me.
And he was just running up in spots and taking chicken and dancing on the register and shit. Like, that nigga was crazy. Like, 16 years old. What the hell wrong with this nigga?
I knew of Jesus. I believed in Jesus, but I didn't know I was supposed to live my life for him. It's like, so even while I was running around the world in the boot game, I thought, oh, hey, I believe in Jesus, but I could live out however I want to. It's life.
I used to do dumbass shit
When you
too,
went up
though.
in that
So.
church, though,
yeah, I was a believer. Yeah.
So you didn't feel like
But
there was nothing in you, like, I don't know if I should do this one.
It took me about 2 weeks to do that. It took me about 2-3 weeks to do that video. And it's like, even though I didn't know of Jesus, I still had some type of respect for it, for Christianity, for God. But I'm trying to get on. So I'm trying to do anything and everything that nobody ever seen before, so John can get on. But
it was almost prophetic when you walked up in there, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You walked in there, you know, thinking for something else, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? Some of them people was probably praying for you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they're like, who is this kid? And from that day forward, they was praying for you, going to war for you in the spirit.
Yeah, but you know, one thing is, true religion, a true Christian was never modeled for me. Never. My mom say she believed, but
a lot of that going on.
She at home acting a totally different person. Through her week, she a totally different person. She living a completely different life. And I wasn't taught the truth and the things of God. Just, hey, believe in Jesus, fear him. He's God, he's God, he's God, fear him. But, so, you know, I just, hey, I believe I'm going to live life.
And so it was the guy that you got locked up. He was the one who first gave you Bible studies or whatever.
Yep. So, as boot gang, I was facing 3 years in prison. I got caught with a hit and run, three possessions of guns, and 2 possession of narcotics, or possession of narcotics. 3 years in LA County. I got sentenced 5 months. I actually got sentenced 6 months. I was turning myself in.
Yeah, because being mad only hurting you, especially if they ain't even in your face.
He had a relationship with the DA, and he let me talk to the DA. I said, man, I know this looks bad. I know I've been getting in a lot of trouble, but I really want to change my life. I'm trying to change my life. I don't, you know, I'm not boot gang no more. This was a year. This was 2018, just a year of everything that I've done. And I said, hey, I'm not boot gang no more. You know, if you could just, you know, extend some grace my way. I mean, she already gave me, you know, 6 months from 3 years.
Right.
But, hey, they took a month off.
Wow.
I got sentenced 5 months.
A month is a lot. Hey,
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because I don't want to be in there. Yeah, I don't want to be in there 5 minutes.
Right.
But, so I got sentenced 5 months. When I went in, the whole jail, oh, snap. They put me up. I was in solitary confinement, so I had to spend a week in a single man cell, you know, just off being my protection. I'm like, dog, get me up out this cell. They like, you not worried about your safety? No. Put me, like, this is not my first time in jail. Anytime I go here, like, honestly, bro, I get along with everybody, you know, and I don't really make too many enemies. So, like, even when I was wilding, I didn't make too many enemies. And, but in jail, I do my time, lay down, go to sleep. I ain't know none of that. Like, just move me from the single man cell, I'm straight. Cause we ain't had no TV, no nothing, just brick wall, that's it. They moved me. When they moved me, my cellmate, he on the jail bars like this. Like, where you from? Cause people in LA, they tatted up just like me, but they repping gangs. I'm tatted up because I was broken as a child, and as I started growing up, you know, this is how I express myself. And I like tattoos. So I'm like, you know, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. You ain't got nothing to worry about, brother. You know, I ain't say all that, but I just say I'm just like, I'm from Florida.
Right.
He like, okay. Get on the top bunk. That where you at? I'm like, all right, bet. I hop on the top bunk. I start watching TV. I'm happy I got me a TV. He like, hey, you believe in Jesus? I'm like, yeah, I believe him. So like a month and a half, he was my minister. He was ministering to me. And he was teaching me the things of God. And my heart was just changing in there. You know, people could be like, well, you know, you was in jail, this and that. I'm like, okay, probably so.
It was a divine appointment, God led you there.
Right, but check this out. I'm like, okay. It could have been if I'm in jail, but I'm reading the Word of God. And anytime you reading the Word of God and everything, you gonna feel something.
His word don't return void.
Exactly. It's the Word of God.
Come on.
So
DeRozan's got 10 points here in the second half.
as I'm being transformed, I'm like, man, I want to try to worship. I want to do this worship, man. And
In the prison, in the cell.
yeah.
Come on.
So I'm on my bunk and I start singing out loud. Like, Jesus loves you. Bruh, hey, worship. For he died on the cross for our sins. You know, he's always with you from beginning to the end. And that just me off the top of my head. You know, a beginner, I just like want to sing out to Jesus. I laid down. I started crying, dog. Just felt so sad, bro. And when I share my testimony, when I share it in juvenile detention centers, and I tell them that part, I say, y'all ever get sad in here? They're like, yeah, all the time. When I'm in schools, I was just at a school Monday, and I ministered to 3 lunch periods. And I say, y'all ever get sad? You know, so I'm trying to be cool. I say, so y'all happy all the time? I say, sometimes life be life. But, you know, for the most part, all everybody, yep, you know, sometimes we get sad. Like, yeah, that was me. I was having a moment of sadness. I laid down and I started crying. And honestly, to be real with you, I can't explain why I was crying. I just felt sad when I was done worshiping. But immediately, a presence came over me and took my sadness away and made me happy. stripped my sadness away and made me happy. Filled me with joy. And I couldn't do nothing but hug the presence. Kept my eyes closed and just laugh. That right there, every time I share my testimony, I say that let me know. Even though I wasn't thinking about God when I initially went into jail, that he's always thinking about us. Yeah. I wasn't thinking about Jesus when I went to jail. That's the honest to God truth. I wasn't thinking about God. I wasn't thinking about heaven. I wasn't thinking about eternal life. But God was orchestrating things for me. He loved to heal the broken. He was orchestrating things for me so that I could receive healing, so that I could receive peace, joy, happiness, so that I could receive eternal life through Jesus.
No good that time either. Chicago trailing here.
And he came to me in my jail cell.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Man, I jumped off my bunk.
Vucevic gets the bucket. 10 points for him. They're making smart adjustments.
You see motherfuckers happy in jail and niggas be thinking they fake and the niggas be genuinely happy in the jail with the situation.
Now here's Portis.
And now niggas be like, oh, he just found God. Yeah, sometimes it take a nigga to go to jail, and I bet you once the niggas get out, they be changing.
For sure they do.
Sure, niggas be like, yeah, I'm cool off that street shit. Nigga change up their whole friends. They be like, bro, they flip the shit.
I'm my dad, bro.
Like, it really be street niggas really going out. See, bro, we understand niggas who making change. Like, say, for instance, see, me and you might see a street niggas who ain't never in life we ever knew of trying to get a job, downplay job. And you like, damn, why am I over there trying to get jobs? You over there apply the safe way? Like, he up in there trying to get, got interview clothes on. And you like, bro, hey, get that nigga hired. If you can get the nigga hired, hey, bro, hire that nigga, bro. Nah, man, that nigga like a thug. Nah, bro, this nigga really trying to change his life, bro. He don't never be in places like this, bro. Hey, bro, hire that nigga, bro. But people who don't come from a walk of life will be like, look at this thug in here. That's the first thing they're gonna look at.
Yeah.
Look at this thug. We looking at, damn, this nigga changing, bro. You see this nigga? For real, bro, we'll really look at a nigga like that, like, bro, that nigga changed, bro. But the white folks, people that's not from our background,
I don't know.
we ain't even gonna hire that nigga, no.
He did this.
He gonna be a problem in here.
Yeah.
And bro really tried, he just sat down for a while, had some OGs in his ear, told him, the OGs told him, you got a second chance at life, you about to get out, bro. Don't be in here again, bro. I got life, bro. I ain't got a second chance. Nigga saw God, seen God hit him, and that nigga said, bro, you know what, bro? I'm about to be a square now, bro. Cause the shit I've been doing got me locked down for 5 years. Nigga, I'm out now. Fuck that.
For real, you in jail.
For real, sometimes it really
depressing.
take a nigga to sit down, though, bro, and the nigga really sit down and really be like, I've been moving wrong for so long, bro.
Man, because you're forced to think about it now.
You're forced to think about it, like you just said. You just said it, Steve. You're forced to fucking sit there and think about it. Nigga, like right now, bro. The PG&E can go off. We can have no water, no nothing. I'd rather have no lights, no rent. I mean, nowhere to live and try to figure it out than me being in jail right now. All right, look, you could be free and broke, or you got to spend 5 years and you're going to have a meal in the cot and all that. I'm like, nigga, 2 years.
Yeah.
I'd rather be broke and free right now, nigga.
Craig is checked in for Chicago.
I'd rather lose everything right now than go to jail, bro.
Yeah.
Sure, it ain't cool, bro. You ain't never been in there, bro. It's not cool, bro. It ain't nothing what everybody talking about. And niggas be having these jail stories. And nothing cool about going to jail, bro.
At all.
At all, bro. Now, if you got to sit down because somebody harms your family or you have to defend yourself or something, that's one thing. Because when you sit down, you're not going to be that upset. Like, okay, you know what, bro? I had to defend myself. Yep, it was what it was. The people 9 times out of 10, they gonna see you in there like, yeah, bro. Oh, I respect that. But for you just to sit down just because it was over a bitch, she fucked somebody else, and now you emotional, or it's some shit you can walk away from. Walk away from that shit.
Middleton outside. This one for 3. And it's cleared by Vucevic. And here's ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Stolen by Middleton. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Some of the hardest people in jail will tell you too to walk away from that shit, bro. If they can
somewhere out.
Lillard against ball. Pass to Vucevic. Can they get it? The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 8 now.
What's going on with y'all?
Yo, bro.
Hey, Tay, y'all know anybody that be hooping? That want to travel?
I mean, what you mean?
I don't know if you've been seeing that little flyer I've been posting on Instagram, but I'm gonna share it to you directly, man. But my girl, she organizes tournaments, like hoop tournaments. This is the 3rd one. It's in Vegas. $5,000 for the prize. 5-on-5. This motherfucker's looking for teams. It's a dude from the Bay that's looking for people to be on his team and shit. And I think bruh team is free because he's a sponsor. But the registration only $350. It's in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know. I know people who hoop, but
yeah, I know
a lot of
niggas
shape and ain't trying to do all that.
Man.
Last time I played in a tournament was in probably 6-7 years ago. Fucking that Coliseum 3-on-3 tournaments.
Oh yeah. That hoop it up.
We was the semi-finalists. We lost to one team. They was playing rough, and the ref wasn't calling shit. I turned up though. I was just like D-Lo, like boy. I was knocking shit in front of my mom's, turning up on niggas. I was playing with somebody she was dating at the time. His partner. And they both was raw. But one of them was old, like 50 something. So I was running the point. But we lost. We lost by. Well, the other dude was raw too. He was hitting shots when I was hitting him. Like when I passed to him, he was knocking a shot. But the other niggas was just playing kind of rough, and we older than them too. They was like 21, 22. I was already shit. I don't remember how old I was. I was like 24, 25, something like that. And the other bro was like 33, 34. And they beat us with a dunk at the end of the game. Cause we beat bro to the basket, the oldest nigga.
Well, when we have the Bay one, man, look out for it. Well, when she do the Bay one, look out for it.
Hell yeah.
It's like 3-point shootout, dunk contest.
I'll go. I can't play, but I'll go.
Nah, I feel you.
I probably got another year or two before I'm
about to go out there and help. Man, Hot Boys is sponsoring. We
yeah, if you go,
provided
sure,
this.
Try to go.
They provided this the game balls and shit for it.
When is that?
Because we had it. Shit, the one that is in Vegas is next week.
Oh yeah, I don't know about next week.
Yeah, I know.
That do sound fun though.
I was just looking at this thing called Day Saver. It's a marijuana thing. And you get to go test marijuana and shit like that. And just fly you out and all kinds of shit.
Where that's at?
What the fuck is that?
Motherfuckers that be getting these marijuana, letting these marijuana companies want to fly people to Colorado and shit like that.
They be picking off of quote unquote nepotism. You gotta be part of their shit. That's a lot of money.
First one falls. Chicago making some changes.
Hell yeah. That's great. That's more than what a lot of police officers make.
76? Depending on where you at though.
The average they make is 55 starting off. And further you get up, it's 80K. Nah, 100K is the top.
I was about to say, them niggas in the city gotta make good bread.
Niggas making out over 100K out here.
Some of them, not a lot of them. My Uncle
They be
Charles was
bitch,
chief of police up for a very long time until he got ran over on the freeway. Five years in, you start getting like 85K a year. 10 years in, that's when you get that 100K. Most of these cadets starting off, they getting like 55s just straight in, right in the dough, 55. Next year, if they make it past all that shit and they get their actual beat, you start making that 80.
And they gotta be on the fucking, they gotta do hella overtime too to make that bread. I know they overtime be crazy.
Yeah, Tyrone Cousin, police, OPD. That nigga told us he be averaging 12 hours.
Damn. 12 hours of overtime?
Every day, nigga. 6 nights a week.
Oh, yeah.
12 hours.
Yeah, I got a cousin that's the police for EPA.
Yeah, they be gone half the night. But then most of it you just sitting in the car, though, so it's like, it's not that bad. And if you get bored easy, you could just drive around a lot. Put on podcasts, talk to your partner, whatever you need to do. A lot of them niggas be tricking off on hoes and shit. They don't be doing shit. They be sitting parked and watching people, waiting on that line to go off.
Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the sidelines.
And they got a certain distance that the line calls out to, so they only gonna call you if you within that distance of what the time is happening.
Donovan conveying the scouting report to his guys. Knowing your opponent's plays is important. On the money right there.
But that nigga, he be near international, so he get a lot of activities with all the prostitutes and shit. But he said he don't be fucking with them like that. He just be pulling up on cars, making poor people ain't in the cars being trashed. It's funny too, because that's the first and last, well, no, that's the last person I ever been in handcuffs with. They put us in the back of the car and everything. We got saved by the neighborhood, though. And now that nigga the police.
Fantastic read in that pick and roll. MP is so dependable at executing in these sets. DeRozan up top. Antetokounmpo covering. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
I leave him frozen like DeRozan.
The first free throw is good. The Bucks making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. Carter, he's checked in for Chicago.
Day 498 of me spilling coffee on myself. Will I make it another day?
So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike.
Known as a mid-range master with incredible footwork, DeRozan in this game just continued to age like fine wine.
Oh my! Came close to
Get this nigga free throws.
He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. Give that one to Jay Crowder.
The rookie out here averaging a double-double.
You could be a tester, so become an extra smoker tester.
Sign up. And send me that application too, nigga. I need money to smoke it. I'm smoking right now, and I spent money to do it. No, I'm just I got more experience than most of these people they probably hire.
You don't be hooping no more, Lee? Not as often. Man, that's the same here. That's what she was telling me. Oh, you should put a team together. I'm like, nigga.
If you get G and a big man. Cause that nigga got a jumper, and he could run his ass off.
Maybe when they come out here. Cause when it is out here, they gonna do 3-on-3 first.
My brother could play. I sent him the flyer. I ain't raw.
That nigga just gonna go to Vegas?
He was just talking about going to Vegas.
They still taking sign-ups. They need like 3 more teams. You know, she from Vegas, so she got like the connections and shit out there. Should be lit. It seemed like it was lit the last time.
Man, if I
and
had
the
a
prize
car,
money
I
went up.
I drove there and just drove back after.
Yeah, this her thing. It's pretty cool, like, you know, she holding tournaments, basketball and shit.
That's hella tight.
Trying to be a judge in a dunk contest.
I could dunk, but I ain't never been no dunk contest type of nigga. I don't know how to do none of that shit. That nigga's crazy. I seen this kid one time, he threw the ball off the like wall, caught that motherfucker 360 windmill, blah, flush, hella nice.
Yeah, these kids these days is crazy. Even the white kids got bounced. Because I played this tournament at this one little high school. It was like an adult tournament, but they had like a kids tournament too, a young adult, you know. Can't think of the fucking school. What school that was? It was in San Ramon. And when I tell you these little niggas had bounce, these little white kids had bounce.
This is just airball.
Like every time them niggas was trying to dunk on somebody.
That's how these kids is. They trying to pat you on your head after they dunk on you and shit.
When they say, do you work in the cannabis industry? I should just say, yeah.
I wouldn't lie unless you think it's gonna help, but nah,
I worked in the cannabis industry before.
I just tell them that you've been a consumer for years.
So what makes you qualified to be an expert smoke tester?
I worked in the cannabis industry. I got did dirty by them though.
24/7, 365, and I'm from Oakland, California.
Yeah, just tell them the truth.
Man,
how long you been?
You hired, sir.
How many dispensaries you've tried?
Hey, you ever been to CBCB?
Hell yeah.
Nigga, I know you've been. CBCB. Yeah, on Shattuck.
Yeah, right, the borderline of Berkeley.
Yeah, I was a bud tender there, like July 2020.
Texas, bro. I just seen a little ad, 70,000, bro. And then they fly you out to different events like Vegas, like different vendors and shit like that. And you try to, they put you in a hotel, pay for.
Oh,
I take
damn.
70K right now.
Hell yeah.
What you mean I'll
Smoking
take?
weed?
Nigga, please.
Just to smoke weed and then put me in suites, condo suites, and let me fuck bitches in Versace seats.
I would
Man.
be a YouTuber too doing that. You
No,
know how many views
guess
you
what?
would
They
get?
already asked. When I looked at the application, they said, "Are you a social media network, YouTuber,
Yeah,
this
I
and
need
that?" And I'm
that.
about to let them look. I'm about to let them look at my page. They're gonna see all the weed I've been smoking throughout all the years. Then I put my little shit up, and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, weed connoisseur." So I'm about to just put this motherfucker out. For 70K, I'll leave my job right now.
Man.
You should. You would be dumb if you didn't. What the fuck? I'll be flying around.
Cause niggas
Chilling.
making 70.
What hotel you
Niggas
at
making
today?
70K in jobs they don't like.
Bruh, for real. And you get to be outside by yourself. Not
So you be
picking
in
up
there,
boxes.
brother. You don't give me a lot of money to do something I like to do, nigga?
And I get
That's
to
not
travel
stressful.
and yo, bucks. Sign me up.
Like, niggas like cooking, but that shit is stressful. But niggas want to make a lot of money doing it. But man, you can make a lot of money doing smoking weed and you de-stressifying yourself.
I can never have a closed door with this fucking dog. Oh my God, you let him make that.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him. Antetokounmpo for three. Drills it from deep. Antetokounmpo has got 21 points in the game. He knocked one deep ball in the first.
Yeah, they say if you're a social media guy or anything like podcast, YouTube, I already got the little podcast set up at my house right here. So I just, if they give me product, nigga, I get online and then, hey, this the product, such and such, bam, 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 you gotta try this. Put the penal code THX. Put THX in, you'll get the penal code 5% off. I do all that.
Yeah. I'll tell they ass I'm partnered on YouTube already, baby. What's that, man?
I just sent you the what's part too, man.
Just give me that bread, I'll buy myself a camera, and we really gonna be going.
And then they fly you out. So you might go to Vegas for a convention, they fly you out, everything paid for. You know, do your little YouTube blogging while you out in Vegas. Hey, I'm in Vegas right now, I'm going in this convention, bam, bam, got your little pass. That's easy money. Yeah, I'm selling this shit out, bro. If I take 70K, even if they told me 70K, and I gotta go home and after work I go just set the podcast up, I still serve some tables and everything, nigga. And get the 70K. Do a weed song, tell them I'm doing a weed album, I'm an artist. I got other musicians. We could do a weed compilation now for the 420. We got ideas.
Middleton looking around. Back to Lillard. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist. Middleton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Hey, put that on from Oakland, California. I'm a weed connoisseur.
DeRozan outside.
Give me the job.
Caruso outside. 6 to shoot. DeRozan for 3. And again, it's Chicago. Caruso against MP.
This is exactly what you expect of MP. He puts on his hard hat and hits you where it hurts.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Chicago.
I'm liking the throwback approach. They're making use of the mid-range area and inflicting major damage there.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Now here's DeRozan. Pass to Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. Boy, it's been a grinder, a back and forth all night.
Oh, 7 times the lead has changed. Neither team giving an inch.
Here's Lillard. MP with it. He's guarded by Caruso.
Why they try to condemn a black man, but they never try to condemn Elvis Presley for fucking with that 14-year-old man and her. Remember that?
Message with that jam. DeRozan against Portis.
Not only did they not condemn him, they made a movie about the chick he was messing with.
Come on, bro, 14.
Yeah, like they made a movie about this shit.
Come on, bro. Oh, he married her and everything. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Man, that shit was bullshit. I don't fuck with that nigga Elvis.
Well, you know, whoever gave their daughter away, she had her all shook up.
Milwaukee's gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the fourth. Portis with a screen on White. To the wing on the left. Lillard against Caruso.
Oh, Lillard, the one flying high. It's Dame time. Whenever this
I'm watching this old school Karl Malone, man. He was dominating.
Chicago has got 2 of 5.
Hey, man, that's another. Yeah, I was about to say that's another one of them niggas, man. Carl was cold, though. We used to have that finals with him and Jordan at 96, either 96 or 98.
Back to back.
Yeah, we used to have that shit on VHS. Look, bro. You know, we from that era. I know you from that era. Nigga, we had WCW versus that WCW Nitro. We had that on the tape with that with a game of the '98 finals though, all on the same tape.
I think everybody was watching wrestling and basketball and shit,
bro. My pops was cool for that, cause bro, we had that people. We had like 4 or 5 movies on one. Like People Under the Stairs, nigga, hella shit on one tape.
That's that shit.
People Under the Stairs with Black Cuz.
Yeah.
His family, yeah, they was nasty.
Yeah, they was out
with no tongues under the stairs.
But that was a brother and sister who was husband and wife.
Nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, I fuck with this brother, man.
DeRozan outside. The Bulls with another miss. And here are the Bucks now. And here's MP from outside. And it's cleared by Vucevic. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Williams. The 3. Rebound, Milwaukee.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Man, tipped it in.
Fires the 3. That shot missing. And you never want to say never, but in this case,
yeah, at this point, I don't even know if divine intervention could turn this around.
On the wing, MP, defended by DeRozan. Antetokounmpo outside. Middleton outside. From deep, MP. No good. And And so it's Milwaukee with the
You
W.
told me to pay him some good ass money because I'd have got my ass out of Utah as soon as possible.
Yeah, so true. They put on a show here at home. And I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence too.
And that'll wrap it up,
Black
folks.
man in Utah?
This is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. So long, everybody.
Good game. Good game.
Until the mailman. You gonna say what makes this burger good too, nigga? They say it's vegan fed or grass. Yeah, vegan fed. What they say? Vegan fed, I think. Or vegetable fed.
All cows is vegetable fed.
And you know tell you what makes this burger so good? It got jalapenos, nigga. Jala.
It's alright.
Damn.
Yuck was going crazy too back in the day. That Yuckzilla? Was it Godzilla?
Damn. Somebody trying to get me to play on their team. Because this nigga coming from the Bay and he only got 3 people. You ever heard of that dude? He got an Instagram called Street Hoops Association. He be hooping and shit in the Bay. He from out here. Yeah, but he trying to get a team up there. It's like, man.
Might as well.
Like, nigga.
Yeah. Well, she tapped in with people out here because she, like, you know, she was promoting out here. So a lot of people reached out. Well, some people did, and brothers happened to be one of them, and he helped him being a sponsor. So he got his little, like, motion going with his hooping shit out here.
Remember that fake game on Yuck Mouth Breeze? You don't remember they had that gay ass game running down the street and shit, wearing that pink?
Nah, I don't think I seen that one, but I heard about it.
Bro, you don't remember it, bro? If you look at it, he did a song of Fab Breeze, and it's a game disc, bro. Go look at that gay ass game running around they had, bro. It was hella funny.
That's hella funny.
Bro, it's hella funny, bro. I was laughing. They had a gay ass game running around the sucker. Dude look like gang. They pouring alcohol on him and shit like that, I think. They got the nigga running off, flailing, looking all gay and shit. I'm like, oh, these niggas out of pocket. I'm about to go look at that shit right now. Yuck Mouth. Game disc. Alright, this shit acts stupid when you got on the feet. Oh, yeah, it's that breathe. Yeah, there you go. Hold on, there you go. Right here. Oh, shit. They kidnapping the fake ass gang, that's right. He put the asthma pump to this nigga face and shit, talking about, nigga, you know what, man, I'm gonna let you use this shit too, nigga, cause I got asthma too, nigga, and I gotta breathe too, nigga, hurry up. They got to get niggas forget about how raw Yuck Mouth is, though, man. Yuck used to be killing shit, bruh. I still remember that beef, man. I ain't gonna lie, the nigga who I wish never got shut out though, who I thought was dope, man. I really was fucking with Lil Flip though, bruh. I really fuck with Lil Flip, man. That real girls getting down on the float, on the float.
These motherfuckers is crazy.
Homeboy,